Welcome to Pilot Talks with Train to Catch Planes. I'm your host, Brian Christopher. Man, Pilot Talks is where we have impactful conversations with business owners, brand builders, and entrepreneurs. Why? To help us all go further, faster. Man, I have such an amazing guest here today. Before I formally introduce him, this gentleman stepped into a role that was already a legacy. If you're anything like me, you've at some point in your life dealt with imposter syndrome. And sometimes imposter syndrome can tell you that you shouldn't be in the place you're walking in. So I wanted to talk to my guest because I understand his background, and he stepped into something that was already in motion, something that already had a history, and he took the reins. And when you take the reins of a situation like that, imposter syndrome has to go. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to Pilot Talks my brother, Tony Eireman. In the building.
How you doing, Brian?
I'm great, man. Tony, welcome to Pilot Talks, man. It's
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to have you in the building, man. I see you're doing some wonderful things in the community.
Thank you.
You have an amazing story. You have an amazing background. So I just want to take some time before we jump into your actual story and your endeavors now. Take some time to introduce yourself, introduce your business, and just give us a little detail.
All right, sure. So my name's Tony Eireman. I am the owner of Davinci's New York Style Pizza right over here in McDonough off of Highway 155. I've been owning it since September 2024, so about a year and a half. But the restaurant has been there since 2005. So good thing is that the restaurant's been there for 20 years. Bad thing is the restaurant's been there for 20 years. So it's got the good and the bad. Like you mentioned, it's stepping into a legacy. That restaurant does have a legacy. It's been there for a long time. But I'm looking forward to it and looking forward to tell you the story of what's been going on over the past year and a half with Davinci's New York Style Pizza over in McDonough.
Yeah, man. Shout out to New York Style Pizza, man. So now hold on. So before we go any further, because I do have some New York viewers who are going to take a look at this, and you know they love to argue.
Of course.
You only can find New York in New York.
Of course.
What do you think about that, man?
So I love that challenge.
Yeah.
I truly do love that challenge. I have a friend of mine that actually, when I bought the place, came down, said, hook me up with a slice of cheese, hook me up with a slice of pepperoni, and I'll tell you if it's good or bad.
Oh.
Fair enough. He's born and raised in the Bronx.
Okay.
Gave him the slices. He basically took one bite, threw it back at me. He goes, you got work to do.
Wow.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Got it. He goes, I'll be back in a month. A month to the day, he comes back. I called New York Pizzerias up in New York, said, look, I'm no threat to you. I'm down in Georgia. I'm trying to make New York style pizza. What do you use for cheese? What do you use for dough? What do you use for sauce? What's the secret? What's the secret ingredient? Of course, all of them said the same thing, the water. The water. The water is the important part, right?
Is this what they say?
That's exactly what they say. I said, you know what? I can't do that, but tell me all the other stuff. So finally got a couple of them to talk to me, tell me about products of cheese and stuff like that. Started going to my food providers, was able to get that information. Started changing the whole product that was Davinci's Pizza. He came back a month later, tried it, and goes, you got it.
Wow.
You nailed it.
Wow.
Now, I love when New Yorkers come into the restaurant because the first thing they say is it true New York? I said, tell you what, you tell me.
Come on.
And be honest. And of course, New Yorkers are the most honest people you will ever meet.
They don't need a lot of persuasion when it comes to that.
No, they'll tell you straight up. So the best compliments I get is it's as close to home as I can get down here.
Wow.
So I'll take that compliment all day.
Yeah.
I actually had a New Yorker in the restaurant last night. I asked him, I said, give me a rating, 1 to 10. Give me your rating. And I said, be brutally honest. He goes, oh, I'll be brutally honest. He gave me an 8.5. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think that's a high rating coming from a New Yorker. I
feel like that's a Georgia 10.
Exactly.
Right? That's a Georgia 10 from a New Yorker.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So he said he'll promote the business with his other New York friends that are here in the state. Like you said, there's New York. I encourage it.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I work off of process improvement, and that's from my corporate background. So I can't get better if you don't tell me what was wrong.
Uh-oh.
So if you tell me what's wrong, I'm going to go fix it.
Yeah.
I got to keep improving. I can't just say, here's the recipe, here's what it's going to be, and leave it.
Yeah.
I'm constantly changing.
Wow.
I'm constantly moving forward.
Oh, Tony, you're dropping gems already, man. You're talking about constantly improving. I can't stay the same. I'm going to accept challenge. These are all things that you're saying right off the top. We didn't even dive in yet, man. Oh, my goodness. Tony is full and ready to go.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tony. So you stepped into, okay. You purchased a business
Yep.
that was already in motion. Tell me about the mindset that it took for you to even do something like that.
That was a really weird situation on how that came to be. Brian.
Okay.
So actually, I have a trucking consulting company as well. I was looking for some property down in Savannah for a client of mine. He wanted 5 acres to park trucks because he was going to run the ports, running from Atlanta to Savannah.
Okay.
Kept pulling up commercial property, but for some reason it kept saying pizza place for sale in McDonough. But I was looking in Savannah. So I'm trying to figure out, why is this coming up? Why is this coming up? Why is this coming up? Due to my previous past, and if we get that story, we'll get to that story, but I believe that when something's thrown in your face, pay attention to it. Why, after this was 3 weeks, I kept searching and it kept popping up top, pizza place for sale. So I kept saying, why is this coming up? Now, I've told my family for years that I wanted to own my own pizza place. I did pizza when I was a kid, in college, things like that, but I wasn't going to go back into working into pizza places. I was going to own one. Came across this opportunity, looked at it. I said, you know what? It's 12 miles from my house. I've been in there several times. I've eaten in there several times. Let's go talk to the owner, see what it is. So the opportunity presented itself. Fortunately, my family and I talked about it, and my mother and father said, do it.
Wow.
Take the jump. And I just got done watching I don't know if you've ever seen Steve Harvey's Jump.
Yep.
Have you ever seen that clip? It's about 5 minutes
Yep.
long.
Yep.
I listen to that every day in my head
Come on, man.
because it's true. If you're going to do it, do it.
Yep.
Don't live on the, I wish I would have, could have, should have. If you're going to do it, do it. If you can drive and do it. And I had the opportunity, and the opportunity presented itself. So here I am sitting talking to you.
Yeah.
About a year and a half later.
A year and a half later. Okay, so we're going to go further into the story of that, but you mentioned if you're going to do it, do it. Do you have an example of a time in your life where an opportunity presented itself to you, but maybe you actually didn't take the opportunity, maybe out of fear, maybe out of, maybe just not feeling confident in stepping into it? Or are you the guy who has always been able to meet that?
I would say 99% of the time, I'm always the guy that goes after it.
Yep.
Very seldom do I turn away, because my turn away, I always feel if I have to turn away, then I'm feeling like I'm missing something. So I'm going to go try it no matter what. I really don't feel like I'm the type of guy that goes back the other direction.
Good.
Now, there's a lot of those jumps that I did that were mistakes. If you want to go that route, some of them I should have not said yes.
Yeah.
But, I believe everything stacks.
Yeah.
It all stacks up and leads up to something.
Okay. So even the mistakes.
Even the mistakes, you got to learn from those mistakes.
Okay.
And I believe that goes back to that jump conversation. You're hitting the rocks, you're getting the bruises, you're getting the bumps, but you've got to get that.
Yeah.
That's what builds your character. That's what builds who you are. I told people all the time, I would not have been able to run this pizza place 5 years ago, but because I did some consulting, I was an independent businessman, I worked for corporate for 20 years. All that leads up to being the person that I am to be able to run this business the way that I do.
Yeah. Wow. So you've been an entrepreneur for a bit. You have corporate background. What would you say are the main pillars of building you to be the man that you are before corporate? What are those times in your life that you would say helped build you to become who you are?
I think it goes back to even when I was a small child, young child. I had a family that was very blue collar, but on one side. The other side was very wealthy, so not so much blue collar. So I had the best of both worlds. Saturday would be the country club, collared shirts, khaki pants. Sundays would be backyard hose fights, kegs in the cooler. So,
Tony,
going opposite extremes.
Really?
And I love that because of the way I was brought up with that.
Yeah.
So I really do believe that brought me up when I did get into corporate and I was going to CEO lunches and dinners. I knew how to do that. We'll call it the rich side. But then also when I was walking through plants and doing plant tours of seeing how trucks were built or trailers were built, I could talk to the guy on the line because my father owned a sheet metal fabrication shop. My father was an entrepreneur as well. So he owned a sheet metal fabrication shop. So when I was a kid, 15, 16, 17 years old, I was working in sheet metal, getting cuts, getting bruises. So I was sweating in 110 degree shop, welding, stuff like that. So that all built up to be the person who I am, to have the drive and really kind of be who I am. I mean,
man.
You just keep driving forward and look for opportunities and then offer opportunities up to others.
Who is the Tony Eireman before the Tony we see here today? Going back and just giving us a little bit.
How far back?
How far are you? Wherever you're comfortable.
Because there's several different people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had all kinds of different jobs. My resume is, everybody looks at my resume and goes, I can't believe you've done all this stuff.
Wow.
I did door-to-door sales. That's how I met my first wife. I was hustling the street. I worked in pizza places, worked in restaurant industry when I was in college.
Wow.
Thought I had to get a real job, started doing door-to-door sales. Door-to-door sales led into getting into a temp service. Temp service led into getting into a corporate job. Corporate job ended up 20 years working in corporate companies. So it's really weird to understand who was that person before, because I think I'm always evolving.
Yeah.
So it's never like version A, version B, version C. It's kind of just like version A just keeps growing.
Oh.
And getting bigger.
So we're still looking at version A.
I'm not done. I'm not
further
done.
Evolved.
Correct.
Tony. Wow, man. Sales. A lot of people are afraid of sales. A lot of people hate sales. Especially a new business owner, a new entrepreneur. And of course, we're here to have those type of conversations to help people. How would you say, what would help people with sales and getting over the fear of sales and understanding that, no, you too are a sales person? Maybe, I don't know if you would even use that term, but what are some of those ideas and frameworks that you utilized to help somebody else?
I mean, I think the big part of it is when I did do sales, it was door to door. So I was literally walking through neighborhoods and going door to door, businesses, offices, stuff like that. Nowadays, I think it's a little bit easier because you do have the advent of social media, whether that's a Facebook, LinkedIn, things like that, to where it almost gets form fed to you. Like I'm doing sales on my other business as well, as on top of doing Davinci's as well. I'm always out there reaching for clients to say, hey, I've got this opportunity. I've got this business. What can I do for you? What can I do with you? I did do sales for a little while with a large corporation where I worked for the sales team. And I was their consultant, basically, to say, pitch me, show me what you gotta do, stuff like that. So it's always, don't be afraid of, if you believe in the product, it shouldn't be that hard.
Say it again, man.
If you believe in the product, it shouldn't be that hard.
Why?
Because then you're not lying, you're not telling false truths, anything like that. If you truly believe in the product, it should just flow evenly and it should be easy to talk about. Like I have no problem talking about Davinci's. I have no problem talking about that New York, talking to that New Yorker and having that conversation because I believe in the product.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in the product, then you're not doing the right thing. Step out. Make the change.
Oh, Tony. If you don't believe in the product, you're not doing the right thing.
Right.
Step away.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a huge.
I'll flip it on you. If you didn't believe in this production, if you didn't believe in doing the production work, why would you do it?
Yeah.
Why false it?
That's right.
Go find something. First of all, find something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side of it, then you'll be good at it.
Yeah. There it is.
If you're struggling, that's just probably 85% of the workforce hates their job because they're not doing what they like.
How do you identify passion and purpose in what you're doing?
If I wake up wanting to go do it every day, then I've got the passion, the purpose. When it gets to the point where I don't want to do it anymore, then that's time to make the change.
What's an example of something that maybe you lost your passion and purpose in that you did pivot from there?
Corporate America.
Okay. Talk about it.
I'm not going to reveal the company name that I work for, but very large corporation here in Atlanta. I got to a point where I was almost a VP, but they told me I wouldn't be a VP because I didn't have a college degree.
Wow.
And I said, got it, understand. And when I heard that, that's when it was like a dagger. And it was like, okay, obviously I'm not going any further. And as we kind of already mentioned, I'm not one to just sit comfortably. And of course, at that time I was 43 years old. Wow. So it's like, I can't rest at 43. It's too early. If I was 53, maybe. It was too early. So I said, you know what, I've got to go forward. I got to go find something else. And I stepped away from a very large corporation. Wow. Very comfortable job.
Okay. I am reading between the lines and I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I had to step out from that. Fortunately, I went into another corporate job the sales job where I helped doing the consulting with sales. And it kind of just started leading down these different paths. And then eventually to the point where it's like, all right, I got to do this on my own. Wow. And I made the jump to go start doing this on my own because I had big enough network. My network was big enough and strong enough that I could feel like I could do it on my own. And there's been a lot of ups and downs in that. But it all, again, I believe that things happen for reasons.
Ups and downs as far as what?
Financial, times of quiet, times of boost, or it's a feast or famine type thing. Yeah. So when you have your own businesses, that's where really kind of where it rolls, as opposed to having just that steady paycheck that, 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, whatever that is.
Yeah, man.
So of course I wish I could go back to 40 hours a week.
People think when you start a business, it's easy. Now you're going to work.
No, you got to be hustling.
Yeah, man. So you talked about some challenges within stepping out and doing your own thing, man. Give us an example of what would you say your biggest challenge has been that you've overcome, and how did you overcome that challenge?
The biggest challenge, honestly, is the financial part, is the financial certainty. You know, again, I was working for a pretty large corporation, making a pretty good paycheck, very comfortable paycheck. And to go from that to literally zero and going, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I've been very, very fortunate that I have a family that stands behind me. And that's important too.
Okay.
If you're solo and you don't have the support behind you, that's going to make it twice as hard.
Okay.
But I've been very, very fortunate that I have a family from wife, kids, mother, father, brother, everything like that, that supports what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
They believe.
They believe.
Wow.
They see past today. They see what it's going to be a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, and where the vision I have and what I portray to them and the message that I give to them, they see it.
I hear they believe because you believe. And because you believe, there's evidence of what you believe in. So that's super dope, man. Davinci's. You talked about making the phone calls, calling New York, doing the market research. Like, first of all, you calling people who, first of all, they're kind of harsh. They could be brash.
I think part of that led to the fact that the company that I did work for, the large corporation, I traveled all over the country.
Okay.
I had exposure to basically all 50 states. There's 3 states I have not been to.
Wow.
So I spent a lot of time in New York. Probably over 10 years, probably the equivalent of a year with traveling in there. So I knew that culture. I'm very, very familiar with that culture. So I wasn't afraid of it. So to make the phone calls, and if I didn't, then I called my buddy who was from New York and said, hey man, give me 2 or 3 names of people that you know, because they all know each other.
Yeah.
And I reached out to them as well.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like using your resources, but not being afraid.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's like, oh, I'm afraid of New York. Well, if you're afraid of New York, then don't go there.
Stay in Georgia.
Stay in Georgia. It's that simple.
So I hear utilizing your network. So if you would have had an obstacle, you would have, like you said, called your friend who's in your network. So the importance of utilizing network.
Absolutely.
So stepping into Davinci's, man, they have a customer base. They have a reputation. They have, how long were they in the community?
It's been since 2005.
2005. That's a long time, man.
So, yeah, last year was a 20-year anniversary.
Yeah. So how did you, because, okay, if I'm a customer and there's a new owner, the first thing I'm thinking is everything's changing. The food's going to be different. Not sure, you know, where's the history going to go?
Right.
How did you step into that type of legacy? Not only step into it, maintain your customer base, but then actually build it.
So it was really tricky because when I first got there, I worked in there for about a month and a half with the previous owner before we flipped the switch, if you will. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And fortunately, with the large corporation I worked for, I did a lot with Lean Six Sigma, processing, manufacturing, things like that. So I was watching for that continuous improvement.
What is Lean Six Sigma?
Lean Six Sigma is a methodology that I think it was Nissan or Toyota, one of the two, created of perfection, building vehicles, production lines, things like that. And it's basically 6 degrees. 6 degrees of perfection.
Okay.
Everybody can Google it,
chat
GPT it, and see.
Make sure you check it out.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. But it's all about continuous improvement. It's always about getting better, and not accepting mistakes. So when I stepped into it, I watched a lot of what was going on. Now, my methodology with everything that I've ever done, and even managing people, is I build slowly. I change slowly.
Okay.
Don't just rip the Band-Aid off and go. I didn't go from A to Z. I went A, B, C, D, E, F. So for instance, like, first thing I changed was cheese. So I just made that change. And then I went and started tweaking the sauce a little bit. And then I went and changed the pepperoni. I mean, it sounds silly, but it's just, it was minor changes over months, not hours.
You walked them.
Right. And the one thing I did not do, and I did it intentionally, was I did not put everybody's like, you got to put a banner out front that says new ownership, new ownership. I'm like, no, I'm going to let that organically grow. I'm going to let that organically go through, that people know it's under new ownership, because that could be harmful and it could be helpful both times. It could be harmful to the point, like you just said, oh, new ownership, oh, everything's going to change. So why do we got to go back there? Because it's not going to be the same place that it was before. I wanted that to just kind of organically grow and have people who were regulars or normal people, like people that came in all the time, and say, you're doing a good thing. Or give me the feedback. Don't do that. Don't change that. I get really random stuff because the menu before had hamburgers and cheeseburgers and stuff like that. And it's like, it's a pizza place. Why? So I took that all out.
Yeah.
And some people are still a little bitter about it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, I'm trying to develop a program that eventually I want to take Davinci's and do location 2, location 3, location 4, and then franchise it out.
Okay. How was it with the staff? You coming in, working with the staff? How'd that go?
The staff was a challenge. Hopefully they never see this, but
on my side, I want the world to see
exactly,
it.
Exactly.
We'll protect you.
No, we got it. It's good.
Yeah.
And they know this too.
Yeah, for sure.
The staff before, half the staff was family from the previous owner.
Okay.
So that was a little bit of a challenge. I told them that they could stay. It wasn't like I'm going to kick everybody out because I needed them. Actually made one of them my GM, the son. And, at first it was change. People hate change. Mm-hmm. And of course there's the whole course of change. We went through that. Unfortunately, none of them are with me anymore. But that's restaurant turnover too. Mm-hmm. And, they went on to do better things for themselves, which is great. I encourage that. Hey, go improve yourself and be better. Absolutely go for it.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit tough, but I have 2 staff members that are still the original from a year and a half ago.
Wow.
So I still have 2 that are still there.
Very nice. What type of growth have you seen since you've been in the door?
The growth has changed. I think right now I'm running at about 13 to 15% growth year over year. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely growing. It's coming back. Mm-hmm. The restaurant had started to go backwards. It was sliding backwards. And I think part of that was pre-COVID or post-COVID.
For sure.
Post-COVID activities, things like that just kind of killed a lot of businesses, but Davinci was able to hang on. And I think that's what kind of put the sour spell, 4 years of kind of recovering from that is when they're like, we're done. Mm-hmm. We're done. And I'm on the same mindset. When I get to the point where I'm like, I feel like I can't give any more to this business, I'll do something, whether it's sell it off or figure something else out. But hopefully I don't get to that point anytime soon, but it's going to keep evolving. Like I mentioned, maybe going to a location 2, location 3, location 4. Yeah. That'll keep that freshness going because those things will always be continuous improvement.
When we talk about going to a location 2, 3, and 4, obviously we have to have a certain level of systems and processes in place. Yeah. How important are systems and processes, even just in your past and now your present?
Absolutely. And that goes back to the comment I made earlier about if I would have done this 5 years ago, I wouldn't have the mindset right to do this.
Talk about it.
When I took over Davinci, there were no processes. Okay. There were no processes. There were no recipes. There were nothing. It was all in somebody's head. Okay. It was there, but it was all in somebody's head. Mm-hmm. So we're like, all right, we got to get this out on paper. So the first thing we started doing was putting everything on index cards. I just had them writing stuff down on index cards, which developed to be recipe sheets. I'm still building processes. As of first of the year, I went out to get a third-party software that specializes in restaurants and restaurant performance and managing labor costs and food costs and everything like that. And I'm starting to use that as well. So as that grows and as I build that, of course, we're only 2 months into it, but as that grows, then I know that will be my platform to go to location 2. So yes, absolutely. Processes, procedures, documentation. I mean, it's all critical. And there's some stuff I've been missing and it just kind of pops up at random times.
Yeah. So I have a notepad on my phone, man. And every time one of those random things pop up, I put it in my notes. Yep. Hey, don't try to put an 85-inch TV on the wall by yourself. You will crack the screen.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for that. Look. But no, I have a list of things that, that I have to make sure processes are in place, systems are in place. So a lot of times, listen, guys, when we talk about processes and systems, you just heard Tony say, man, the systems were in someone's head. They did exist, but does it really exist if it's not outside of your head? Can somebody else come in and do what you do without having to call you?
It's funny that you said that because I've actually had this conversation with my family. I'm petrified that one day I'll just drop dead.
There it is.
If I drop dead tomorrow, can Davinci's keep running? Short answer right now is no.
Yeah.
Because there's no playbook. There's parts of playbooks, but it's not the whole thing.
Yeah.
And, candidly, I'll call my wife out on this. She's like, well, I could do payroll and I can do this. I'm like, yeah, but you don't know all of it. Somebody needs to know all of it.
Yep.
Or at least there needs to be a reference to all of it to be able to keep it to survive. It's like any job. I mean, it's really with any job. Is there a transition plan if something was to happen to somebody? Mm-hmm. I call it the hit by the bus book. You got to have it. You got to have it. It's got to be there. And honestly, I'm diligently trying to put that together for Davinci's, and whether whoever knows it, it's fine, but it will be a notebook somewhere that says, here's all the passwords, here's all the account numbers, here's who I deal with, here's all the contacts, and then here's the processes to do all these different things.
The Hit by the Bus book. Get you a Hit by the Bus book.
Yep, I'm going to write one.
So go to Tony's website and buy the Hit by the Bus book.
It'll just be blank pages. It'll just be a cover, a back cover, and blank pages.
With a bus on the cover.
With a bus on the cover. You got to fill it out.
Yeah, that's real.
I mean, that's honestly,
good. With prompts to help people.
Yeah. You got to fill it out.
So maybe we should talk.
We might be on something.
Yeah, man, that was pretty dope.
That might be on something.
System building prompts. This is the Hit by the Bus.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's pretty dope. We'll talk, Tony.
We'll take that.
Yeah,
one
for sure, man. Man. So, Tony, you mentioned, first of all, we're talking about surviving beyond you.
Yep.
So obviously you have a legacy mindset.
Yep.
How important is it to build a legacy, maintain a legacy, and be able to pass it on to someone else?
I think it's critical. And a lot of it is that I have a mentor in the trucking industry side that he's 73 years old, somewhere around there. And I do consider him a legend.
Okay.
He's mentored so many people. And I'm at the point now in my life at being 52 that I feel like I should be mentoring, but also still being mentored.
Yes, sir.
We're in that middle ground.
Yep.
Right? I mean, I'm still learning, still got to learn a lot of stuff, but there's stuff I should be passing on to that next gen that's coming up. And I don't want to get into the whole millennial and X, it doesn't matter. It's just people.
Yep.
And getting all that done and over with. But yeah, from a legacy standpoint, I do want to take, I latched onto this, and I do want to take Davinci's into being, whether it just stays in Henry County or McDonough, that's fine. But at some point I want it to be a staple place that people talk about, whether it's just this one location or if it's 5 locations within this area. I mean, personally, I don't want to take it to be huge. I mean, I'm not talking about doing Domino's or Marcos or anything like that. I want to keep it very, very localized because I want it to have that hometown feel. I don't want to ever get it corporate. Granted, I came from corporate, but that's what drove me crazy. So I don't want it to ever be corporate. I still want it to be very family feel.
Yeah.
But it's going to have the processes, the procedures.
For sure.
So you have that constant quality, consistency, things like that.
You mentioned making sure that you keep that family feel intact. I know being in the heart of this community is important to you. Why is this community and being here? What's the heart chords that are pulled on behalf of this community with what you're doing?
I think a big part of it is because I spent so many years in corporate and how there's no feeling to it. The fact that I've got an avenue with this pizza place to reach out to different groups, companies, people, do more of that mentoring and be mentored by other folks in the community, working with the Chamber of Commerce and different networking groups and things like that. I mean, that's kind of how we came to be, is how we met each other. So it's just one of those, it's like, why not? Don't be selfish about it. And just keep sharing with it. People need to help people. It's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own special stream on how they do that. Why not use it? Utilize it, run with it.
Yep.
Because what you're really good at, I'm terrible at. What I might be good at, you might be terrible at. But to get together, it works.
We eliminate weaknesses.
Exactly. And that's where I think, like what you're trying to do with this podcast and helping other business owners or people who are thinking about it or thinking on the fence. I talk to people all the time. I'm like, call me.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and talk. I'll give you the good, bad, and ugly. I mean, I am brutally honest.
Yeah.
This is a hard business. Restaurant business is a hard business. I work 90 to 100 hours a week.
Wow. Okay, Tony, you just said 90 to 100 hours a week. This is real life?
This is real deal.
Wow.
This is no joke.
Okay.
You will miss things. I've got a granddaughter now. I have missed dance recitals. I have missed soccer practice. I have missed things like that for the business.
Let me ask, Tony. I have to ask because you're really hitting some things right now. I know for a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, brand builders who are fathers, maybe grandfathers, there's a thing out here called dad guilt.
Yeah.
When, certain things do come up and you're not necessarily able to be there all the time.
Yep.
How have you dealt with that? I
have it tremendously because even when I was in the corporate world, I told you I was traveling all the time. So I was gone a lot. So I was not a very engaged father. I'm going to share a little story with you real quick. I was not engaged until the fact that my wife passed away in 2014. So I'll give you a story. We'll go to May 4th, 2014. I was rocking and rolling, working big corporate job. I'm going to leave the names out of it.
Yeah.
But I was rocking and rolling, big corporate job, senior manager, this, that, running all over the country. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm a husband and a father.
Yeah.
Fast forward to May 14th. I'm a single dad with 2 kids. Oh, and by the way, I have this job I got to do.
Wow.
Complete reversal.
Wow.
Complete reversal. And that's at the point when I started thinking of things that you can't. The quote that I came up with, and I think I trademarked it for the most part, is you can't let a job drive who you are. Okay. Be who you are and let a job be a means.
Yeah.
But you can't let the job be who you are. And I know that sounds contradictory to what I just told you, that I'm working 90 to 100 hours a week. People would say that, well, then you're the pizza guy. Right now, yeah, that's what I am, but that's not what that's not who I truly am.
Yeah.
I truly feel that I am a teacher, mentor, business person that can go out there and help other folks as well.
Wow.
I do truly firmly believe that I'm working towards trying to help more people.
Yeah. Wow.
Whether they're 10 years old, 50 years old, 100 years old, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, if there's something I can do to help them, I will. And I know that'll come back twofold somewhere else. And it might not be from them.
For sure.
Might not be from them directly, but it'll come from somewhere else.
Yeah. Wow, man. That was a huge, I guess for lack of a better term, I'll just say pivot, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, that's world crumbling and crushing.
Yeah.
To have to deal with that, man.
It changes.
Yeah.
It changes perspective. And actually from that date forward is when things started to, instead of being that slave to corporate America and just thinking that I got to keep working. I mean, I set out when I was 25 that I wanted to be a vice president of a company by the time I was 50.
Wow.
I said that when I was 25. Mm-hmm. I made it. Mm-hmm. Then I hated it. Now I'm a CEO of a company, but they're my own company, so I can give me whatever title I want.
Here's a title for you. Here's a title for you.
I'm head dishwasher at the restaurant, so I mean, come on.
Hey, man.
I can do whatever I want.
True. Very true, man. You can hand out titles as you please.
As I please.
Wow, man. You mentioned at 25, you said what you wanted to be. Mm-hmm. For the person who's watching right now, who's having trouble locating what they should be doing in this life, what would you recommend they do as far as trying to find purpose and find passion?
Take it day by day.
Okay.
Don't put the pressure on. And I see this with a lot of the kids, especially when my kids were coming up. You know, they wanted these kids to figure out what they wanted to be by the time they were 13 years old. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm 52. I still don't know what I want to be. Mm-hmm. Take it day by day. If you can improve yourself over the next day, you won.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it can be small.
That's big.
Hey, I put $1. I saved $1. I went to Kroger and saved $1 on a bag of chips. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Pick the small battles, pick the big battles. Mm-hmm. But at least have something out in the future that you want to get to. Because the only way you're going to get there is you need to know what it is out there, but you got to work yourself backwards. And I learned that from a very large company that starts with an A and ends with an N, because I was able to go to their office and went through a training course, and it's working backwards.
Work backwards.
Work backwards. Figure out where you want to go, and then work your way back. Don't try to figure out, okay, if I start today, how do I get there? No, start there and look back at it, and then figure out where you got to start from there.
That's good, man. You mentioned, I love what you said about win the day.
Yeah.
Small battles, big battles, but let's just make sure we win the day.
Yeah.
Today we win. That's good, man. Start backwards.
Yeah. I mean, if my business, if Davinci's today makes $4 more than it made yesterday, won.
You won today.
I will. But you do $4 a day more each day over 365 days. Mm-hmm. I can't do the math in my head right now, but that could be very significant by the time.
Those are wins.
Yeah. Those are all wins.
I think that helps take some pressure off of some of us as well. Because I know me personally, I can be very hard on myself.
Oh,
we can be very hard on ourselves.
Yep.
Let's win the day.
That, and don't let the important things slide.
Talk about that. What does that mean?
I mean, I know my wife's going to see this. She's going to be upset, but I realize that I'm slipping personal relationships, things like that, because I put the business first. Mm-hmm. My goal is that the business is only going to be first for a short period of time. So then I can go have those great times down the road.
Yep.
I don't want to work until I'm 70. I talk to too many people that are like, I've only got 2 more years. I'm like, how old are you? Like 70. I'm like, you're going to work till you're 72. No.
Yeah.
No, I want to be done. I want to be done by the time I'm 65. Mm-hmm. I want to be done. I don't want to do anything after I'm 65, except whatever I choose to do. And whether hopefully by that time, hopefully it's like in that capital ventures or doing something like this.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to just set up in a basement, set up in a studio, come work with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
But at that point, I don't want to be putting in 40 to 80 hours to 100 hours a week. It might be 10 hours.
Yeah.
Hell, I may go work at Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. Be a door greeter. I don't care. But
Tony, good to see you again.
But I think it is. I mean, with the way I am and the way I feel like I am, of just keep going forward, keep going. I will get to a point where I will just stop because I want to.
Yeah.
I want to go do the cruises. I want to go see the country. I want to go travel. I used to travel all the time. Now that I haven't done it for a while, I miss it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to almost all 50 states. I've been to 16 different countries.
Wow.
I mean, I've had the exposure, but now I want to take my wife on those trips.
Yeah.
I want to take my granddaughter on those trips. I want to take my kids on those trips. I mean, my kids are in their 20s, but I want to be able to take that.
It still matters.
It still matters.
Yeah.
To be able to do that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's just kind of keep driving the day.
Wow. A reoccurring theme that I hear from you, man, is keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And a lot of, I would say, touch points of your story reflect that. Was there an instance, I mean, aside from, I guess, I don't know, I assume one of your biggest pivots that you had to make, was there an instance of something maybe possibly stopping your forward motion? And could you tell us a little bit about it and how you got through it?
Stopping my forward motion was the corporate world, because they controlled me. They control you. They own you. The only way I was able to do that was to step out on my own. That was the only way I was able to get out.
Wow.
And again, that's that jump.
Yeah.
And it's hard. I mean, it's very, very hard to move out of your comfort zone. Everybody loves to be comfortable. But I will tell you, if you're going to be a true entrepreneur, you've got to learn to be uncomfortable all the time. And that uncomfortable should drive you. Okay. Like now I'm getting to the point where I want to be uncomfortable, because if I'm getting too comfortable, that means something's wrong.
Oh, Tony, I almost flipped the table and threw my phone. Man. That's good, man. We don't want to be too comfortable, man.
It can't be.
Yeah.
It goes back to like what we just said a minute ago. When I'm comfortable, that's when I'll be done. But I know that won't be until my 60s. I still got a good 10 years.
Yeah.
And that 10 years, God knows what will happen. I may be owning Davinci, I may not. I might be doing something completely different. My trucking business might boom, and I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. But all that's in the works.
Wow.
There's lines casted out for all that stuff. Just waiting to see which ones grab the minnows and which one grabs the sharks.
Hey, man.
And then maybe some grabs a whale.
Hey, man. I'm going to do an album on you, man. You got all the lyrics. Golly, man. What?
A lot of this, a lot of it's stuff that people have said to me in the past, things like that, but it just kind of flows.
Man. Yeah, man. Wow. Tony, it's a lot more we can talk about, a lot more. I want to do a part 2 with you, man.
Okay.
Because, you are pretty full.
Thank you.
You definitely have a level of wisdom, experience, that's super important for people to partake of, man. Yeah. So one, thank you for coming on to this show, man. Thank you for being a part of this and just answering a random Facebook post that I put out there.
It was completely random.
It was like, hey, Tony was like, yo, I'm here. Like, that was pretty dope, man. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Before we go, if you could leave the viewers with any advice, any inspiration, whether it's from a personal standpoint or a business standpoint, or both, maybe start personal and then go business.
I think I can tie them both together.
Okay. Let's see about tying them.
We'll tie them both together with go with your gut, know what you want, and just go get it. Don't let anybody stand in your way. And if they do, kick them out of the way and keep going forward. It's that simple. If you want it, go get it. But nobody's going to hand it to you. You've got to go get it.
Wow.
That's simple. And I think that covers both sides.
It does. That covers every circumstance, every situation, man. Wow.
Maybe that's a little fighter mentality, but
I mean, yeah. you do got a bit of an edge on you, Tony.
A little. I mean, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes off a little harsher than normal, but it's that drive, it's that passion, it's that I want to do better. I'm not going to be dependent on anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now I'm a little dependent on some folks, but I don't want to be. It drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to keep moving forward, and I know that will pay back in fold on the other side.
Yeah.
On the flip side.
Yeah.
It's a yin and yang type situation. It's gonna all move.
Yeah.
Come back and forth.
Yeah. Wow. Woo. Listen, guys, I know you got a lot out of this conversation with Tony, man. First of all, I need some pizza because I'm starving at this point. Like, what?
I should have brought one.
Yeah. So, yeah, next time, Tony, bring some pizza.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, we're going to come over and definitely partake of some pizza, man. Before we go, let everybody know where you're located, how they can contact you, all that good stuff to come on over to Davinci's.
Absolutely. So Davinci's, you can find us on 155 right over here in McDonough, basically across the way from Summit Racing, right off the exit, quarter mile off the exit 216. Check out our website, Davinci's NY Style Pizza.com. We're on Facebook under Davinci's NY Style Pizza. We're on Instagram under Davinci's NY Style Pizza. We also have Davinci's Pizza Bus Facebook page. We also have Davinci's Pizza Bus Instagram page. You can trust me, just type in Davinci's NY Style Pizza. You'll find us. You can order online. We've got our own app. So come check us out. I mean, we're right here in McDonough.
Nice.
And then if you want us to come out, we'll come out too, because now I got the pizza bus and I'm doing the food truck thing and all that too.
Okay. Okay, because now, Tony, like, you just opened up a whole nother box. You said a bus.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you guys are mobile as well.
We are mobile. We do events, festivals, catering, things like that. We can come out, make pizzas on site. It's a very limited menu, but it's
for sure.
But it's an old school bus. It's an old Cobb County school bus, a short bus too.
Really?
So yeah, we just rock and roll it, man. It's cool.
Dope. Very dope. Guys, this has been another episode of Pilot Talks with Train to Catch Planes, man. We've had an amazing conversation. I would hope that you would share this episode with some people you know who need to hear some of the wisdom that was expressed here on this show. I want to remind you that this episode has been sponsored by Train to Catch Planes, where we specialize in video production, podcast production, and social media content creation. We help our clients get super clear in their messaging. So if you're struggling with consistency, if you're struggling with being able to tell your brand story, if you need more help on your social media and capturing that content, hey man, we're the ones. So Tony, man, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
This has been amazing, man.
Thank you. It was a good time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. In today's world, your brand isn't just what you do. It's how you're remembered. And the strongest brands don't just sell, they connect. That connection begins with the story you tell. At Train to Catch Planes, we specialize in premium video and audio podcast production that gives your voice clarity and presence. Our brand storytelling uses filmmaking techniques to capture emotion, depth, and the why behind what you do. And our social media content creation positions you as the leader in your industry, the voice people trust, follow, and remember. This isn't just production, it's legacy in motion. It's your vision, it's your voice, it's your time to take flight.
Train to Catch Planes is an amazing experience. It's not just the atmosphere, but the customer service, the way that the team leads and guides you. If you come in here not necessarily knowing where to start, how to do certain things, their guidance is unmatched.
The direction of Brian, his creativity, you don't even have to tell him what to do, okay? In the editing, all of it is youthful, it's trending.
Let me tell y'all right now, if you don't know about this spot, it is a premier spot in Metro Atlanta with all the needs, the necessities, the equipment, the cameras, the lights, the action. It's right here at Train to Catch Planes